In the late 1970s, Israel was becoming increasingly concerned by Iraq's nuclear program and what it believed to be an effort to develop nuclear weapons. In 1975, France and Iraq had agreed to the sale of an Osiris-class research reactor, which was nicknamed Osirak. Just 2 years later, in 1977, Israel built a full-scale model of Osirak, which Israeli pilots then used to practice bombing runs. Israel also tried to block Osirak suppliers and contractors on the basis that the reactor would be used to produce weapons, but France was unconvinced. Israel's Prime Minister Menachem Begin, on September 1978, had just signed the Camp David peace accords with Egyptian President Anwar Sadat. You can see our video that we did on it under the Middle East file. Nevertheless, he authorized a preemptive strike against the Osirak reactor. This issue was hotly contested in the Israeli government, as opponents were worried about the potential international fallout. On June 7, 1981, 8 Israeli F-16As headed for Iraq in Operation Opera. While over Jordanian airspace, the pilot spoke in Saudi-accented Arabic, and then in Jordanian-accented Arabic while over Saudi airspace, both times telling air controllers they had flown a bit off course. Oddly enough, one of the people who saw the Israeli jets was Jordan's King Hussein, who concluded that they were heading for Osirak. He passed this information on to his government, but they were unable to alert the Iraqis. The attack itself only lasted about 2 minutes and was greeted as a huge success by Begin and the others. Arab leaders were predictably outraged by the unilateral attack. Others noted that the reactor was under International Atomic Energy Agency, or IAEA, safeguards and represented no threat. President Ronald Reagan was genuinely shocked that the Israelis would conduct such a strike and wouldn't tell the U.S. beforehand. In a rare move, the U.S. actually supported UN Security Council Resolution 487, which condemned the attacks. The resolution passed unanimously. The U.S. then halted sales of 4 F-16 fighters to Israel. However, it had to lift that suspension just 2 months later under heavy pressure from the Israeli lobby in Congress. Opinions are split on the effectiveness of the strike. People like Bill Clinton, years later, believed it was a real blow to Iraq's nuclear program. However, many nuclear experts note that the Osirak reactor would have produced only minimal amounts of weapon-grade plutonium. Moreover, the strike convinced Saddam to take his program underground and invest 25 times more than he had previously. The strike is also believed to have been a factor in the extremist plot to assassinate Sadat, who was killed October 6, 1981. ADST, follow us for more.